So let's jump right into the 5 new calming signals that I'm going to teach you. Okay, number 1, stretching. Dogs stretch, of course, after they get up from the bed. That's fine. But most of the time, stretching is actually a calming signal. That is one way to try to communicate with you or with other animals. It often happens in situations where the energy rises too high. During play is the best one. Adults with puppies often use also the signal. Dogs use this signal not only with other dogs, but with other animals and also with us. But it's always when the energy is rising. It doesn't matter what kind of energy. It can be positive energy, it can be negative energy, but the point is the energy is rising. So let's stretch. Something that we can use also extremely easily. We put our hands and then we also yawn in this kind of way, and we repeat it for a while. And what happens? The dog starts to look at you like, what's wrong with you for a moment? But then when you keep on repeating, you can see the energy is starting to cool down. If you have a hyperactive dog, this might actually be one of the easiest ways to cool your dog. Next one, slowing down. Easy for us to use, easy for dogs to use. When dogs feel this tension in the air or too much energy, they slow down their movements. You might see dogs playing, and one of the dog is starting to walk slowly. Or, perfect example, you're on a training field. You ask your dog to come. You call him. I'm here. Nothing. He just does nothing. Your voice changes a little bit, so it's going to be tighter. Come here. The difference in the tone. What happens? The dog starts to maybe sniff the ground, takes all of his time. Maybe he starts walking towards you, but in a curve, and then like extremely slowly. Then your tone changes again. Come here now. And the dog is walking even more slower and slower and slower and slower. The dog is not trying to piss you off. The dogs won't understand what that means as a human emotion. Your dog is just trying to cool you down because you're acting like a maniac. So when you see your dog slowing down, you need to ask why. Why is he slowing down? Am I doing something? Is my position just like, maybe I'm quiet, but I'm like this? If my tone is not good, what's the situation? You need to always ask why. Why is something happening? And don't think, no, it's because he's stubborn. If that's your reaction, to everything, then the stubborn one is you, because you don't want to open your mind, you don't want to learn. If your dog is slowing down, stop there and think why. The first thing you do, shift to the side. Sideways a lot nicer. Cool your voice. Go down. Pat him when he comes. Don't say, I told you, you can't run away. Just take him. He can too. Don't punish him for it. Then, I talked about curving also in this example. It's a good way of calming down the situation. When dogs meet, they never meet like this, ding, 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 face forward. What you can see, especially if they are free, what happens? They go to the bum. They turn around. They go straight to the buttocks, because all the information is there, and also the bum won't bite you. Your ass won't bite you. So you go there. The situations where dogs go face to face are often created by us human beings and the leash and the bad habits and bad experiences that the dog has had during the years. But if they can choose, if they're free, they go and sniff from the back, and they do it with the curve. So the curving is something that you can use every day. It doesn't have to be a lot, but it should be always present. Every single time, even when you meet your dog, or even if you walk on the street without a dog and you see a dog that is coming, curve a little bit. It doesn't really have to be much, but it needs to be something that the dog can see. It might be that you're just curving, and maybe you put the head to the side, and then you look forward just from the other eye. You look what the dog is doing, so you learn and you see the reaction. You can actually see the dog. oh hell, that one is speaking my language, and you get such a good feeling about it. I've trained so many years, and I've been around dogs so many years, but every single time I do it, I really feel like, yeah, that's the gold stuff. That's good. So please do it. The fourth one, what we have, has something. It's a lot more difficult to see, but it has something to do with our eyes. And we can make rapid eye movements with our lashes. So I close my eyes many times. This for dogs is common. If I have to do something very close to the dog's face, let's say the dog would have a tick on its face and I would have to take it off. I just don't go there like face forward and stare at it, even though I have to keep focus where the tick is. I go there and I do this for the dog's sake. So the dog knows, okay, there's something mommy needs to do, but she's at least trying to make it as pleasant as possible for me. When I got my first dog, Merlin, years ago, I went to pick him up. Merlin was half Caucasian Shepherd. His dad was a Caucasian Shepherd, and his mom was a Karelian bear hund. And the dad was huge. I'm in centimeters. I'm 173, so I'm very very tall as a woman. And uh, the dad, when he was standing in front of me, his head was here. So if he would have risen to the 2 feet, he would have been bigger than me. But his head was here, and he was massive. Nothing in it, but the lady who had the dogs forgot to tell me that the dad was free on the property when I arrived. And I didn't see the dog immediately because it wasn't there. But being a guard dog, it noticed that there's a new person on my property that I don't know, so I'm going to do what guard dogs do. So basically, in a few seconds, I found myself against the wall like this, unable to move, unable to do nothing. And I thought, if I tilt my head to the right as a signal, it will be too strong, and he will most likely attack my neck. So what I did, I just stood there against the wall, closed my eyes, closed my eyes, closed my eyes, closed my eyes. I didn't speak. I didn't try to look at the dog. I didn't do nothing except open, close, open, close, open, close, open, close. And I waited. And then after, I don't know how many minutes it took, came the lady. She said, "Oh, I completely forgot the dad was free. I'm so sorry." And she took the dog away. I was so happy that I already had some knowledge of the language. That was the very few things that I already knew before taking Berlin, my first puppy. I was so relieved that I knew the signal, because without that signal, I would have most likely got bitten. It would have been exactly the right thing to do, because the dog is only doing what it naturally does, takes care of his property. He has a fear somebody is coming to threaten my household. I'm going to take care of the threat. Remember this example as an example for you. Okay, the last one we're going to go through today is called freezing. So might be that it comes after slowing down. The dog slows down first, and then it completely stops. And you can see this during play. You can see this when the dog is unsecure about something. Adult dogs uses this way of communicating with puppies very often, and confident dogs know how to use this signal with dogs that are not so confident, dogs that are shy. For us, extremely easy way. Me as a trainer, I often come to the situation, and I might even seem rude when I come to train, because I oftentimes ignore the dog completely. That's the way it looks to the owner. But I have slow movements. I might freeze. I might not look at the dog. I'm moving my eyes. Maybe I do a little stretch there. I'm already communicating with the dog because it's so efficient. And then the next sentence that I hear, "Oh, he's never like this. He never goes down. He never lays down. What did you do?" And my response, I just communicated with him. I just told him I'm not a threat. There's nothing to be afraid of. cool down. I'm not here to harm you. So using these bodily signals, when you know how to, when you know what to look, and you learn how to use them, it will blow your mind. It will blow open your world. And then every single thing is easy to put around them. You don't train in the same way. You don't treat your dog the same way anymore. You treat your dog with a lot more respect. Every single thing you do with your dog has a purpose. It has a meaning. You expect other people to treat your dog differently because you know better. You will also just like shift in a way that you communicate with other dogs. You communicate with people because you are more present in the moment. You see yourself using the language also with human beings, which is extremely funny, but that's the way it goes. Because when you learn in the right way, it just opens your mind. It explodes your the old walls that you built, and then you can restart. And then by doing this, you also see a lot of situations where things are not so good. You see a lot of pain. It will cause you a lot of frustration. You see a lot of dog owners pulling their dogs and doing this and doing that and shouting to the dog, and you're thinking, no, 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 he's just trying to communicate. And that's your part then to try to educate the other people, to help them find ways to learn. And that's the one reason why I want to build this community so strong, so we can do it together. I think that's the real talk for today. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope this brought you value. If it did, please like and subscribe. And absolutely, I want to see you in the comments like every single time. Tell me what you did with your dog. How did you see that it changed the situations? If you saw other dogs on the street, on the walk, anywhere, just tell me, how did you communicate? How did you try to communicate with them? What has changed? How did you feel? That's it for today. Now I'm gonna close my mouth, and I hope to see you the next time. And I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye.